Team dynamics. Every individual will make a difference. What we know of team dynamics is that the addition or removal of any individual will change the dynamic. Since interpersonal relationships and group climate are the gatekeepers to the other team skills, it follows that every single person in the team has a responsibility to make a positive contribution to this. We do not often get to choose who we work with or alongside. Think about the people you do not like working with. There may be attitudes and behaviours which you find difficult to accept, and it's almost certain that the quality of your work will suffer as a result. You may find it difficult to comment about their behaviour or performance, especially if they're senior to you or from a different professional group or a different organisation. There are two parts to this equation. Firstly, your perception of the behaviour, and secondly, your response to it. We will consider how you might escalate a concern in a later video, but as professionals, we have a duty to manage our response to other people's behaviour. Two quick, instinctive responses involve the parent and the child ego states. These are generally unproductive responses in a professional environment. They are ego states and you feel them, often viscerally. The parent ego state seeks to exercise control through the use of power. The child ego state is protective of self. Both are learned responses and often well practiced. In any interaction, we test to see where the balance of power in the relationship lies by observing the other party's responses. The mantra is that behaviour breeds behaviour. This is an iterative process of responses until both parties find an arrangement which they can tolerate. Parent-to-parent interactions represent a power struggle and are unstable. Child-to-child interactions can mean that everyone does their own thing, which is unproductive. Parent-to-child interactions come in many forms, but they can be stable in the short term. None of these arrangements are appropriate in a professional environment. If you find yourself being drawn into an unproductive interaction, take time out and reframe the exchange. Professional interactions should use the adult state. Adult is not a feeling. The chosen behaviour can be at odds with your emotional instincts. This will be difficult under stress. The adult state takes ego out of the equation. It concentrates on what is right, not who is right. It displays self-control, uses a moderate tone of voice and temperate language. It seeks win-win. Displaying the adult state is a skill. In common with all skills, it responds to practice. It is likely to be tested in high-stress environments unless practice has made it an everyday behaviour. Why does this matter? Team structure matters. There are two broad categories, hierarchical or pseudo-teams. In hierarchical teams, power comes largely from position, from rank, a title, a place in the pecking order. In pseudo-teams, the power dynamics are much more complicated. Individually, we gain power from many sources. These include skills, abilities, knowledge, expertise, confidence, respect earned from colleagues, and our position in the organisation, plus others such as uniforms or territory. At any instant, the individual with the biggest pile of power is the person who can exercise control and become the de facto leader. The difficulty here is that many sources of power are situationally dependent. As the situation changes, the distribution of power in the team changes. The badge of leader counts for less, and the controlling influence moves around the team. As the control moves, any lack of clarity about where responsibility sits will provoke anxiety.